Hi, it's Gab and Dad back for another
Gab
movie
and Dad,
review.
here we are, we're back.
Most importantly, and sounding so thrilled to be back.
Yes, we're back.
We're thrilled.
I'm thrilled to be
You're
back.
You're thrilled.
Yeah.
And this is a really important time in the movie
That's why I'm back.
Well, exactly. We need you. It's late fall,
yeah.
and all sorts of films are coming out. Films for the holiday season, and of course, films for hopefully maybe for the award season. So this is an interesting one. It's Life of Pi.
Life of Pi.
What's Life of Pi?
I thought it was about some guy who runs a restaurant.
You wanted more pie.
I wanted more pie.
P-I-E.
The essential story is really very simple. Shipwreck, only survivors, a teenage boy and tiger who share a life raft for 222 days. That's it. With a few...
From India.
With a few quasi-philosophical and religious overtones and undertones kind of as surrounds.
Okay, that's the bulk of the film, obviously, although there's quite a long prelude. I mean, this boy comes from India. They show his background story, the family situation. They run a zoo. That's where the animals come into it. And that's a good chunk of the beginning, which we were not fond of that, particularly of that prelude.
Most of it had no relevance at all to the story.
Well, it was relevant, but it was dull.
A lot of it, like the romance. And
some of it was irrelevant.
It was totally irrelevant.
So just warning you about that because, obviously, it's based on a famous prize-winning book, by the way.
By Yann Martel,
10 years ago.
Who's a Canadian, won the Booker Prize, and was the best-selling Booker winner ever. Sold millions of copies.
This is a hugely worldwide popular book.
Very
so a lot of obviously fans of the book are going to go to the film, but I think also a lot of people are going to be curious from what they see in the ads.
A lot of people are fans of lifeboats.
And fans of tigers are going to go. So that's why we're warning you, obviously, about the pitfalls, as we usually would. But once they get on the boat...
My son-in-law, her husband, has just bought a boat, so we're suggesting he go and see this film and pick up some survival techniques.
Yeah, if you don't like rough sea scenes and shipwreck scenes, I mean, there was some good sort of disturbing scenes of those nature, obviously,
they were
in
well
this.
done.
And those were well done. And it is the visuals. As I say, people who haven't read or don't read, who like movies, are going to be intrigued by this film because it's getting a lot of notice for its visuals.
The visuals are...
And that's the best part of it.
Yeah, definitely the best part. The visuals are, in some cases, magnificent. I mean, they really are captivating and mesmerizing.
A lot of it CGI.
Yeah, the CGI is well done, but that's where it ends.
Used artistically.
Yeah, and that's good. It's almost worth going to the movie just for that, but not quite.
Well, I really think it evoked the wonder of nature. It's not just the tiger, although that's the main character. There's a lot of aquatic life that's shown, obviously, and some very beautiful, breathtaking shots, for sure.
It also evoked the wonder of being stranded in a lifeboat for 222 days with a very dangerous carnivore.
Well, it did evoke that,
companion.
And that was I found a lot of that very sort of intriguing and interesting and nicely done and charming and to a certain degree, but not enough.
No,
you just are not impressed with the story overall. If you can,
no, I mean to me there was a lot of good things in this film. What I've just said, the visuals, the CGI, and so on. But the essential problem with the story, with the film, is the story. I mean, I know it's a parable or an allegory or some fancy thing like that, but to me, it was just an unconvincing, rather silly story.
It was trying to make philosophical and theological points or connections that I don't feel was delivered on, and I wasn't attached. I wasn't attached to it philosophically, and I wasn't engaged emotionally really either. Maybe for very fleeting moments, but not overall. And I wanted to be. And I thought I was going to be. It's getting raved about, and I think that a lot of that falls again in the visual realm.
Well, I haven't read any reviews of it yet, but I am aware of the fact it's getting very good reviews, and I'm not quite certain why. It's not the story.
A lot of people are quite rhapsodical about it. And again, I mean,
mostly
visually,
rappers
and rabid people.
You realize now the whole rapid community will kind of subscribe
all
to
killer, no filler.
All killer, no filler.
All tiger, no filler. So if you are interested in that, I think it has a lot to offer. On the surface, really, and interesting on the big screen if that's what you care about.
I was just going to say, this is not a rental.
It's not a rental
because
you'll fall asleep on the couch.
The best thing about it is you need the big screen, and even the spectacles, literally for the 3D.
You need the spectacles.
Yeah,
we're so glad you're back, Dad, for your witty wordplay. And other than that, I have to say I was disappointed with with the heart of it.
Yeah, I was too, and I have to say,
tiger.
the tiger was cool, but I didn't like very much it's not really the actor; it's the character of the teenage boy. I found him extremely unconvincing. I really did. I thought, oh, give me a break.
Unconvincing as a what?
The kid is in a lifeboat for 222 days with a tiger that wants to eat him. Okay, and yet he's rhapsodic or crazy or some, come on. I mean, people don't behave like that. As I say, I know it's not supposed to be taken literally, probably, but people do not behave like that.
Well, I don't know what your frame of comparison is, but I understand what
when
you're saying.
When I was in a lifeboat with an elephant,
I've heard this story a million times.
I was scared shitless the whole time.
I think that I would have liked to have seen more of a realistic, like a bare bones adventure survival story, and just see it concentrate on that. Rather, because it's 222 days supposedly that he's in this.
You get to eat a lot of flying fish.
And those are the parts I found, kind of the most engaging. And do away with all of that, what's the meaning of life stuff. We have Red Dawn for that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so how many cabs?
It's hard because you could say it has this and it doesn't have that.
I know it's hard, but that's what you're here for.
That's true. That's right.
That's what you get paid for.
That's my job. 3.5 cabs.
Funny you should say that because it gets 3.5 dads too. That's it.
So we're back. I'm glad that we're.
Should you go and see it? Yeah.
A family film. I think that kids could.
Yeah, I think yes. There's a bit that might be frightening to a youngish.
Could be.
I wouldn't take anybody.
And again, the beginning's kind of dull.
The beginning. Yeah, so your 10-year-old wouldn't particularly enjoy it because the beginning is kind of dull. And
it's really hard to...
It's hard to tell. And anybody under the age of about 10 might find something
That's
frightening.
a good demographic for the people who love the book. That's the demographic.
Yeah, there weren't many people in the movie theatre this afternoon, but the ones that were, you may have noticed, were all, dare I say it, old.
Story of my life surrounded by old people. Thanks for watching.
Cheers.